My name is Nathan Basine. Today, I'm going to be giving my presentation for the project I worked on in this course, showing my leadership skills and giving an overview of what I did in these past few weeks. So, an introduction to the project. So, for this project, I wanted to do something where I was making a difference and helping the community. I would like to say I'm younger, pretty tech savvy, so I feel like I have good digital literacy. But what I noticed is older generations sometimes struggle in this department. That's why I wanted to do something that kind of bridged this gap that really made older people in the community better with apps on their phone, specifically related to health. So I aim to just do weekly sessions where I would bring my phone, my laptop to the Gurdwara, and I would kind of teach older generations how to use health apps like track their blood pressure, to see how many calories they burn in a day, to see how many calories they took in a day, and yeah, just do a project where I was making a difference in the community. So the vision, purpose, and rationale of this project. So the vision was to empower seniors at the Gurdwara and help them improve their health. That was the main goal. So doing all this stuff with learning how to use apps on their phone, learning how to track their health status, it was all to just increase their health and help their well-being. The purpose. So the purpose really was to better the lives of people in the community. Um, with this project, this was the first thing I thought of when we were given this assignment, helping people in the Gurdwara, showing older generations how they can track their health with health apps and just using the knowledge I gained from this program so far and that I had just in my life with phones and computers, which I felt could help them. Um, so the rationale, it's really to help the health outcomes of these older generations and make sure there's less disparities in healthcare. I know that for people that speak a different language, that have different backgrounds, it's very hard for them to go see a doctor, get the care they need, and express themselves. It's when they have pain in their body, when they feeling not all right. There's many instances where they approach a doctor, but they can't communicate. So I thought by giving them insight of how to track their health by themselves, it can empower them and really just, yeah, improve their health and just help the community. So for leadership traits, I approach this with a Jordan mentality. So growing up, I was always a big basketball fan. I grew up in Illinois, Chicago, so I was a big Michael Jordan fan. And what I noticed with Jordan is when he played on the court, he was a leader. He was a real, true leader, and he inspired his teammates. But he gave them direction, but he didn't just tell them to do things. He actually led by example. So I tried to apply that in my project. I worked hard, just as hard as everyone else. My team consisted of me, my sister, and my mom, and as well as some participants from the Gurdwara that organized everything. And yeah, I just tried to work as hard as I could and just do everything I could to make the project successful. And I think I credit this to the Jordan mentality, the fact that, I mean, if you have a team, like Jordan had teammates from Europe, from all over the country, but he still found a way to connect with them. They all had a common goal of winning. In our case, our common goal was to improve the health of elders at the Gurdwara. So for core strengths as a leader, what I found out early in this course, after taking the first assessment, was that my strengths are a learner, harmony, achiever, futuristic, and individualization. Out of all of these, I feel like harmony and individualization kind of guided my approach. So with everything I did, I wanted to make sure there was no conflict. I always tried to make sure that everyone was happy and that people were comfortable, whether it was students, my team, and other participants at the Gurdwara. I really just tried to find ways we could compromise to get things done. And I feel like with any project, any career, these are important strengths that could help you. Uh, I mean, my whole life, I've always been someone that tried to avoid conflict. and I kind of carried that trait into this project. So, yeah. So, for team climate and culture, I feel like we had a good culture with our team. I did it with my family and the community. So, we kind of, we understood each other's strengths and weaknesses. We understood what we're good at, what we need help with. Um, and yeah, it was actually worked out pretty well because with the elders at the Gurdwara, like I mentioned, they speak a different language. So they speak Punjabi. Um, they speak a little bit of English, but mainly Punjabi. So my Punjabi is not that good. But what I did is I had my mom and my sister translate, mainly my sister in the beginning, because she understood what I was trying to tell them the best, and she was able to convey it in a way that made sense to them. And yeah, I think like we all worked together really well. And I'm glad I did it with my family because we understood each other and we understood how to help each other. So for diversity and inclusion, um, with my team and the classmates, I feel like we did a good job of making everyone feel included and, not judging people based on their differences and which language they primarily spoke. We tried to accommodate everyone the best of our ability. My team really helped in these scenarios. So yeah, I feel like everyone was really comfortable, include the team and the participants. Yeah. So obstacles we faced. The main challenges and obstacles occurred the last few weeks of the session. This was because my sister actually had to go out of town, and she was, like I mentioned, the best at translating for me. So I had to rely just on my mom and my own Punjabi skills as well. And I learned a lot during this because I realized that even if you prepare for things and you have a plan, if you don't perform in the moment, it kind of means nothing. You in these crucial times, like a classroom setting, you need to be able to perform and do the best job you can with the knowledge you have. And that's one thing I learned, and I feel like that will stick with me throughout my academic and professional careers that you have to perform in crucial moments. So I had my mom and my sister fill out the leadership evaluation form for me. Basically, they said kind of different things and had different assessments of my work as a leader. My sister said that one of my strengths was that I was able to bring together people of different backgrounds and I was very welcoming to all the participants. My mom, for my strength, she said I worked really hard and tried my best. Said I wanted to help the community and I worked as a good leader. Um, so for weaknesses, though, my sister said I need to improve on organizational skills. My mom said I need to improve on time management skills. And I do agree with this. I think nobody's perfect. As a leader, there's always better ways to manage your time and stay more organized. And these are things I can improve on. One of the things where I feel like my mom saw that I could work on my time management skills and my ability to overcome challenges is when my sister left those few weeks and I had to do things myself. The sessions were not as smooth as when my sister was there, but still I was able to get the job done. And basically, how I would assess my own leadership effectiveness. I agree with my team. I think they made good points, and they did give me strong scores for the ratings. My mom was more critical, but yeah, overall, I do agree with what they said. Like I said, my mom was more critical. She gave me just an agree for the leader was effective at overcoming obstacles. My sister thought I was very good at overcoming obstacles and gave me a strongly agree for that. So yeah, I agree with what they said. So for lessons learned, uh, this is where I'm going to talk about how I improved as a leader and the insight I got after doing this project. So basically, I feel like it all goes back to the Jordan mentality. If you want to be a good leader, you want to be well respected, you want to be, effective as a leader, you need to have the mentality of I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. And I feel like anything in life now, I want to approach it with this mentality, you know, like if I get a good job, if I work in a healthcare setting, if I am a leader, I want to be the guy that people can depend on to, make the winning plays. And yeah, it just strengthened my belief in what Jordan was about. It showed me that it doesn't matter if people are from different backgrounds, from different upbringing than you. If you have a common goal, you can connect with those people. And with my project, my goal was to help the lives of elders at the Gurdwara. And I feel like I did do that. I was able to, by the end of all the sessions, a lot of the participants were using the health apps I showed them and were becoming independent in their health tracking on their phones. So yeah, I did learn a lot in this project, and yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much.